This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and today I'm pleased to have Chantal Claret of Morningwood on my show. I just saw a video where you're performing Get It Up with your husband.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you would ever do a real, like, duet, like a Sonny and Cher type of thing?
Hell yeah, we would. Not for Morningwood or MSI.
Marriage is a dirty word nowadays.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
How in the world did two avant-garde musicians, and I use the word avant-garde because it's just like, get a marriage away from us. How did you guys decide to do that?
Well, I've never been the type of girl who's like, I'm going to get married, and this is my dream and my fantasy, and this is what my wedding dress is. That was actually the most harrowing thing in the entire world, was like, what am I going to wear if I get married? This is crazy. But at a certain point, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend isn't strong enough a word to represent how you feel about each other. And then fiancé and fiancée is like being in limbo. It's like, I want to be in either heaven or hell, but fiancé is the most awful word in the entire world. So, I mean, the only thing that can really, like, have the weight of how we feel about each other is husband and wife, and we're committed to each other forever for our lives, and I want to grow old with him and have his babies, and I just want to see what they look like, and then I'll throw them away. That's it, because it's going to be like some weird mutt. I didn't think we needed to do it, but something in us was just like, yeah, we have to do it. We have to be married. We have to be, this is my husband, and this is my wife, and it's so amazing to be able to say that and know that this person is yours forever. We're totally opposite, but we're totally alike in a lot of different ways, so we complement each other perfectly.
And it seems simple. Yeah. It doesn't seem like a lot of work. I mean, relationships are work at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we work. That's what he always says, is that it's easy. I know that doesn't necessarily sound like a compliment, but he's like, it's just always so easy and so right. So, hey, I'm easy and I'm right. He's pinging me, actually. Yeah, he keeps pinging me. That's him. I love you more than life, Angel.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? This is a love that some people may never know in their entire lives.
I know. I feel so fortunate. I really do. I've found my partner in crime and my companion, and I think every day like that he's my everything.
Now, as far as the best blog mitzvah ever, how was that born?
I wanted to do, I love doing radio. That's like my favorite thing besides performing to do. It's fun and easy, and you get to be witty or try and be witty without having people looking at you, which is my favorite part. And so, I got a radio show on East Village Radio, and James was just supposed to be my super secret sidekick for one episode, but I just enjoyed having him there so much that he came, and he was a good straight man for my ramblings. And it was 2 hours of just pure talking. Like, there were no commercials or music or anything.
Let's talk about this amazing new EP you have, Sugarbaby. Yeah. Tell me, are those your lips on the cover?
No, they're not mine. That's this model, Louise Anderson. She's like a supermodel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's, if you look up pictures of her, she's super hot, and her lips are one of the many beautiful things about her. And so she was kind enough to pose for us, and the guy who shot it, Michael Levine, has shot tons of amazing covers and photography, and so he was kind enough to do it for us. And yeah, those lips, they're not mine, but I picked out the candy and the colors of the lips, and that was the image that we had, like, from day one of those lips. That's all I wanted to see. So that was one of the few times that you really get to see something in your mind's eye come to exact fruition. So it was awesome.
Who did the makeup for those lips?
Javier Romero, I think it was, when he was great.
Now, tell me about the song Sugarbaby. What inspired it?
I have a journal of like just key phrases and lyrical ideas and whatnot, and we were writing with these guys, Sam and Dave, and they're like, what do you got, guys? What do you want to do? And so we were going through, and Sugarbaby popped out. And I mean, we've always loved writing about the sort of hipster and sort of poking fun at it, the sort of hipster mentality in New York. That's what New Rock was about on the first record. So this is sort of the next step, the sort of departure of what happens to that, like, hipster when she needs to, like, grow up a little bit, and does she go a good way or bad way?
You pretty much came up with the concept for the video, too.
Adam Newstetter and I totally were coming up with it together. Initially, we were talking about it having be really straight with an actress, and that's just so boring, and everybody's seen that, and it's just that's the last thing I wanted, but the song is such a story-based song that you can't really depart from it without having it be nothing to do with the song. So we wanted it to be story-based, so we're trying to brainstorm about how to make it interesting. So as soon as Puppet was thrown out, we were just like, we can do whatever. We can follow the story to a T, and it's going to be funny because it's a puppet. Who doesn't like seeing a puppet give blowjobs and do drugs? I do.
How will the live show differ this time around?
They're longer, and I enjoy it. It's easier for me to sing these songs, so it lets me be a little more energetic. A lot of the songs on the last record, well, namely Nth Degree, which we're still going to play, were really hard for me to perform live just because it's so high and like girly and stuff like that. So these songs, when we were writing them, we really took into consideration that we had to perform them, so they're really fun to act out.
Fashion sense.
Every time I wake up, I put on something with stripes, not purposefully, but that's what my eye is like drawn to. And I've really been into high-waisted shorts lately, and suspenders and bow ties. Basically, a whole little look. And I'm working on a clothing line for
nice.
that. I can't say where it's going to come out, but it's going to be somewhere awesome. And it's going to be called Tour Crush, which is James and I pet names for each other.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a Tour Crush clothing line, and it's going to have all these like awesome accessories and cute clothes that I can't wait to wear.
You need to come out with a Tour Crush makeup line too.
Oh yeah.
What moisturizer do you wear?
Claren's like a light moisturizer, and that's it.
Does your Claren's moisturizer have an SPF in it?
I think it has 20.
What inspired the song Killer Life on the Sugarbaby EP?
Killer Life was the last song that we wrote, and it was just Pedro and I, and I was looking around for, once again, my phrase book popped out and Killer Life was there, and at the time we were writing it, I didn't realize it, but I honestly think it's about my outlook on life, and my mom. Everything in there is really true. All the lyrics are really, it's how I think about life, you know? It's like, you're gonna die, so you better, get on with it, you know? So like, let's do this thing. That's how everyone's gonna die. See, I am still morbid. Hey. And I do think about death. I love it. I think that's my favorite song on the EP. I love it. I love singing it.
Chantal, how would you define the word love?
Being in love with somebody, I would say the perfect love to me is someone who can make you laugh and make you come, is what my definition of love is.
What brings you the most peace in your life?
There's nothing better than a day of going out for sushi and then coming home and doing some naked swimming and then lounging around watching television or a movie or playing video games. Yeah.
How important was it for you to have New York Girls on the soundtrack for Sex and the City, the movie?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, I loved that show so much. I mean, the movie was not what I expected it to be, but the song was placed amazingly. That, I think, was the highlight of the movie for me. Next, we're going into record for 5 weeks, and then I think I get a week off after that, and then, actually, on Monday I'm going to meet my husband on tour for a week, and that's, first I get a little kissy time with him, and then I go to New York to record, and then we take a week off, and then we're probably doing a tour of the U.S., a co-headline tour.
Do you consider yourself a rock star?
The term rock star always seems pretentious, and I never, ever use it, and I blush when I hear it with embarrassment.
Any makeup must-haves?
On stage, I generally wear MAC.
This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with Chantal Claret, signing off.
The Blairing Out show.